2 years ago, you first got involved with the club. Did any part of you think you'd be sat here with Ash and I in Bologna on a sofa in some ornate art gallery?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anticipated quite as you say it, but it's great to be here. I mean, what a great venue, great city. I'm really pleased to have done the 2 years and looking forward to this year and beyond.
In ways, we worked all of us have worked really close together, the club and Attivo. But it actually started off with you wanted to get involved with the women's team, didn't you?
Exactly, yeah. That was our priority. We wanted a women's sports team to get behind. As a business, equal gender split for us is really important. And we've worked really hard as a business to encourage women into financial planning, financial services. And we have a female CEO, female chief investment officer, female ops director in our exco. And we're bringing through a number of women into our financial planning team, which financial planning predominantly historically is less than 1 in 10 are females. It's generally older men that dominate it. We sit at about 25% of our financial planning team are women, and 2 of our top associate directors are women. And it's just brilliant to see that equality coming through. And when you consider that actually what's going on with money is more women have more money. In fact, they are taking over men as controlling money in society.
My wife does, certainly, Stephen, yeah.
Even if it's, there is the husband, but they have their own money, they're creating their own wealth and careers, and it's really important we were able to meet that need. And as a business, we've worked really hard to create that environment. So sponsoring a women's sports team near to us was really important, and we got introduced to you guys, and we're delighted to be involved with Worcestershire, the Women's Rapids, and been really pleased and loved the partnership. It's been great.
I think you got involved in a really good time, actually, because I think women's sport's growing super quick. And I think cricket in general, globally, women's cricket in particular, has gone for a massive kind of growth phase, hasn't it, the last couple of years?
Yeah, huge.
It was a really good time to be involved.
And it continues to go in that direction. But I think that was what was both pleasing and surprising when Stephen and Attivo came on board, was they actively went after the women's team sponsorship, which is unusual, particularly for a business that manages 4 or 5 billion in assets. And I think it said a lot about Stephen again, sparing his blushes, but Attivo as well. And they're the sort of partners we really want to bring on board. And since then, obviously that partnership has broadened and hopefully continues to do so.
Yeah, so we had a really good first year in terms of the women's things, and then we picked up, went a bit further, and you became principal partner, and then you're all over the Rapids stuff, men and women's.
Last year, and to get to the final and to win that was amazing. That was, movie stuff, wasn't it? Winning it in the last few runs of the whole match, it was incredible.
Well, and again, the role you actively played again, and proactively played in the Josh Baker Foundation, to give that over to the foundation. Well, it was almost written in the stars, wasn't it, for Josh and the family, but the part you guys played in it to make it happen.
Well, we were humbled by that. And those, thank you, Josh, that campaign, the JB33, seeing that video of Josh's dad for the last one, I mean, that we were just choked watching it. It's humbling to be involved with that. So for us, it was an obvious to support that, because it was such a challenging time for the club, for you guys, and to be able to just give a little bit back was great, to be honest. I mean, that was bigger than sponsorship. It was bigger than business. It was something that was much more important, and we got a lot from that. And I don't mean commercially just, I mean, we got a lot from that as a business, being involved, being able to give that back. So that was wonderful. So thank you.
But I think that's the key point here, isn't it? It was never about just a logo on a shirt, which is we talk about a lot. But actually, when I first spoke to you about the shirt sponsorship, it was probably a bit of an odd conversation for someone to go and say, would you like the shirt sponsorship? But actually, we're not going to put your logo on the shirt.
Yeah,
We're
that's
going to
it.
take your logo off
Yeah,
the shirt
yeah,
and it
yeah,
won't be on there.
You can sponsor the shirt, but we'll take your logo off.
Give us your money, please. But what am I getting for it?
But
as you
actually,
said-
what you did get was a lot more of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you can't put a price on, for all of us, what came out of that day, really. I mean, I'm not sure I've had a feeling like that. We were with each other into that day.
It was quite emotional.
It was, yeah, well, they're the things that sport or any business can be. You have your ups and downs, don't you? Challenging times, but they're the moments that make it all worthwhile.
Incredible story. It really was. But, you know, for us, the partnership has always been more than just the commercial thing. Our business is not about billions of clients' money that we manage and advise on. It's about the people. And this partnership for us was about meeting more people. What you do amazingly is your connection with the community, and not just the members, not just the fans, but you go beyond that. And we saw that with you when we first had those early conversations. And that's why we were so keen to be involved, because through the connection, we are now meeting a wider community that gives us opportunity to help more people. Because that's what we're about as a business. Of course, there's a commerciality to it, but that isn't the real driver for us. That's a byproduct of the partnership, of being in that community, which is new contacts and new opportunity for us.
I think already you're working with quite a few of our members and supporters as well, aren't you? Which has been great to see.
Yeah, so other sponsors, we've had really interesting connections. We've agreed a couple of commercial things with a couple of the other sponsors. So that's, yeah, we've been very pleased with that. And again, you know, credit to you two as leaders of the business. You understand that it's about building that network and building those relationships. And, you know, if we all individually benefit, we all collectively benefit. And if we all collectively benefit, that's better for all of us. So,
But I think what we're also agreed on is doing that through, as you said, the importance of good people, but starting with shared values and the right values. That's how you build partnership, not just through a transactional basis. You know, there's commerciality about everything we do, of course. It's like winning and losing for us in the game. In cricket is important, but actually, if you start with the process and the fundamentals and the values, that's generally when good things happen, like the Josh Baker Foundation stuff.
no, I completely agree. Yeah.
I think it was good that we did some other more experiential stuff as well last year, didn't we?
Yes.
The Attivo was
I thought you'd mentioned.
Attivo was evented.
Yeah. Is that coming back this year?
I think so. Yeah. I think
Hope so.
yeah. Come on to what's next, I think. But yeah, so the Attivo we brought in, it was another kind of out of the box idea I came up with. But it worked well because it was premium brand champagne bar,
Yeah.
which was very much on brand for you guys.
Yeah.
And became a big talking point. And that's what
A bit
I think
different, wasn't it?
where working
And best
so
seat in
closely
the
together.
house as
Best
well.
seat in
That
the house
was
as well.
really interesting.
But I think the key to it's been communicating a lot and getting to build the proper relationship between us, the three of us in particular, to allow us to kind of think outside the box about activations. I think that's been super important, isn't it?
Yeah. And the collaboration, you know, it is a partnership.
Yeah.
It is relationships. I think the time we've had so far, it's been a learning, you know, for us sponsoring a sports club like this. We've not done that before. So, but yeah, been really interesting. And, you know, I give credit to both of you for being so open to the things that we want to do. So, and supportive. So thank you.
But I think it's easy, isn't it, for us, because we want to be bold, we want to be different, we want to stand out and build these relationships. It's really key, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah, I mean, relationships are important to both of us, but I think to credit you, Joe, what we've done over the last 2.5 years is not sort of pick packages off the shelf and go, well, that's what you're having. You know, that's what you're paying for. I think there's been far more of the, what do you need from this? Or what's going to suit your business? And what would you like to see as a result? Much more bespoke forms of partnership than, again, just rather that transactional, give us your money and we'll give you, a couple of boards or whatever. I think that's what's worked really well. And to be fair, Joe has driven a huge amount of that.
And I think going forward, you want to help more people, don't you?
Look, we see our role as a business of helping people, and that might sound a little bit sycophantic, but that fundamentally is all we do. And actually, the way things are with investing, with pensions, with taxation, with legislative changes, inflation, economics, all of that, actually, people do need guidance more than ever. So, we manage our business, train our financial planners to look at it as your role is to help people. And I'm sure out of that comes business, and we do transact business. But if we go with that approach and we meet more people through the club and we help more people, that's great for everybody. And if we can we're a national business.
But you've grown so much in the last few years. Haven't you?
We're 4 times bigger today than we were 4 years ago. And
You're welcome.
yeah, I mean, you're part of that, so thank you very much. I appreciate it. And we've opened offices in Scotland now, so we're across England, Scotland, and Wales, and that's really exciting. But we want to keep that trajectory, keep growing, and we do that through meeting people in a positive, endorsed way, because what we get from you is that endorsement by association and the opportunity to showcase who we are in a way that is much more subtle than just advertising. Advertising alone doesn't work.
But it brings real human connections straight to the forefront, doesn't it?
Exactly that. And, if we're offering our webinars or our guides, or if someone's got a question, we had someone reach out to us yesterday from your membership at the club asking a particularly technical question about pensions, and we can help with that because we're specialists. And Ben that's here with us, he's speaking to them today, and that's just brilliant that has all come from our association. And we had quite a few people join our inheritance tax and estate planning webinar that we did after the budget, and that was great to see. So, it's reaching more people by association in a really positive way.
So what's been your highlight of the last 2 years?
I think the JB33 and winning that final, for me, I'll probably never forget that, being there. And, then the drama of having to go to the gala dinner and actually watching the match on Sky on our phones. And that, for me, I'll probably never forget that. But seeing our logo on the shirt, seeing the women's team, with Attivo, and seeing us on Sky. I mean, I had clients that, I don't give advice. I don't have clients now, but we've got clients in the business that have been clients of mine for decades. When I used to give advice personally, and I had messages from people, I've just seen you guys on Sky. That's so cool. Didn't know you sponsored Worcester. Why haven't I been invited? Sort of thing, So look, getting that exposure and coverage, all of that's been great. But the absolute highlight was that day.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to look past
It really is.
the final. But I'm really excited about this year. I mean, the new shirt designs are just incredible. And again, I
Best
think
shirt in, do you say league?
it's got to be.
Well,
Yeah.
World.
Best shirt in world cricket.
let's finish. What do you love most about this year's kids?
I think the design's incredible. I don't know how much I can say. Am I allowed to talk about it?
I think we're going to put this out afterwards. So
It is bold, isn't it? And I credit to you and the designers to go so strong with the 2 shirts. I think it's brilliant. I think we joke about it being the best shirts in
the world.
in the world,
Yeah.
in the world of sport, full stop. But I think that's really cool. I think, for cricket to be do something different is important, and T20 is a great place to do that, isn't it? And you want to have things that people will talk about and will gain interest, and having the best shirt, that's really cool.
Well, yeah, and for me, I think for us we always talk about being one of the smaller clubs, but we continually try and punch above our weight and challenge what we call the big boys.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing that again. And I
think
think
it's
someone
really-
will be surprised. And the designs, thinking out of the box and being different. I think we've got to do that as a smaller business. We want to. I think the punching above our weight is really important.
I think to challenge and to punch above your weight, you've got to innovate.
Yeah, and I think we've consistently done that. By doing that, as we know, when you challenge yourself and you push the boundaries, you're not always going to get it right, but we'll get it right more than we get it wrong. I'm sure on and off the field, and I think these shirts are another example of that.
Agreed. Yeah, I think it's really cool what you've done. So, congratulations on that. Really good design, really different.
Brilliant. Thank you both very much.